Good afternoon and welcome to today's edition of the program Empower Her, brought to you for your viewing and listening pleasure by Spectrum TV. My name is Rita Inong and I'm your anchor and pilot on the program. Today we gather not just for a conversation, but for a moment of truth, reflection and empowerment. We live in a world that is very quick to define women by their appearance, quick to criticize difference, and quick to place limits on what a woman can or should be. Yet, throughout history, women have continuously risen above labels, expectations, stereotypical judgment, rewriting their own stories. You see, our guest today represents that courage rewrite. She is a serial entrepreneur, a model, and a woman who has walked through the fire of public opinion, body shaming, personal struggles, and life's unexpected challenges. Yet, she is standing stronger, wiser, and more purposeful than ever before. Her journey today will remind us that success is not always glamorous. Behind every confident smile is a story of doubt, overcome, tears that has been hidden, risk that has been taken, and battles that have been fought quietly. She has learned what many women are still learning, that confidence is not just about perfection. It is about acceptance, about looking in the mirror and choosing self-worth over societal expectations. Today's session is about more than just beauty or business. It is about identity. It is about healing. It is about learning how to turn criticism into courage and struggles into stepping stones. For every woman who has been told she was not enough, for every woman who has ever been doubted in her value, for every woman who is still learning to love herself fully, this conversation today is for you. And today you will join me as we welcome a woman who has chosen to live boldly, speak authentically, and exist unapologetically. Now, before we usher our guest in today, it is very safe to point out to you this morning that we are in the month of March. On the 8th day of March, we get to celebrate International World Women's Day. It is a very amazing celebration, mind you, where we get to talk about the women who have set the pace, the women who are right there, not just talking about theory, but also showing that there is practicality in words. Women who makes the whole motivation, inspirations, and lots of talk about breaking bounds more realistic. And so if you have a woman close to you, your mother, your sister, your boss at the office, a friend, this is the month where you get to celebrate them quite amazingly. And so happy March to you and happy recognition months to every amazing woman out there. And so, before we bring our amazing guest on the program this afternoon, we'll go on a very short break. And when we come back, let us continue like we never even left off. Stay with me. Welcome back from that very short break. This is still the program Empower Her, brought to you for your viewing and listening pleasure on Spectrum TV. Once again, my name is Rita Eno. Today, we would have a serial entrepreneur, a model, and a very successfully amazing woman who has told us and taught us, or will teach us, that breaking bounds and having confidence is nothing like we have heard about. She'll take us through her challenges and even her victory story, and leave behind one or two pieces of advice for us to navigate our own journey as women. And so, join me this afternoon as I say welcome to Miss Isioza Favor. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon to you, Miss Favor. It is a pleasure to have you on the program.
It's a pleasure too. Thank you.
Okay, so I'd like you to introduce yourself to us this afternoon. Tell the viewer about you.
Okay. Good afternoon, everybody. My name is Isoiza Favor Jatil. I'm 28 years old. I'm from Kogi State, but I reside in Lagos State. I'm a serial entrepreneur,
Okay,
a model, and a woman who has broken barriers of society, who has damped the world to
okay,
live on her own terms.
interesting. All right, so when you say you're a serial entrepreneur, I like to think, or I like to call you a business strategist, because it is only someone who has the content, the plan, and the strategy that can put together so much. Tell us how you are able to, tell us the story behind the success. Can you take us back to the moment your journey truly began?
Okay. Um, for my entrepreneurship, let's take the modeling part.
Okay.
It began in 2019 when I got admission into school.
Okay.
I was just then I was just a naive, fragile, and shy girl going about. And then I was standing under a tree one day, and somebody took me an unaware picture, and then walked up to me and was like, "You're so beautiful. I love your shoulder. I love your collarbone. You could pass for a model."
Okay.
And then I started getting ideas. I got confidence. I began to show myself. And that's not been easy, but I've been trying my best. Because if you don't show up for yourself, nobody will.
Great.
And for the business part,
Yeah.
I've always been a hustler.
Okay.
I've always been somebody who loves money. And if you love money, you must make it. Nobody will keep giving you free money every day. So you have voice. So you have to work for it. You have to take it if necessary.
Okay.
Just as long as it's morally right to you. You just have to take your money, whichever way that is right. You have to make it, you have to show up. That's how I got that ideas of entrepreneurship. I always want to serve people. I always want to make a change wherever I go to. So I started little businesses in school. I learned pastries. I started making pastries. I make local beverages. It's not been easy, but my consistency gives me this courage to keep going, to keep pushing. And I'm glad I started, and I'm happy with the position I am now. Though I'm not there yet, but I'm somewhere. Yeah.
Love the place where she pointed out that she loves money, but the realization that in loving money you have to go out there and get it. Society will tell you that you have a place in the kitchen. That is a place truly reserved for you, but we don't make money in the kitchen, do we? And this is one point in time where you have to break bounds and jump out of the shackles society has bounded you with as a woman. Let's go over So, Miss Favor, you did talk about someone taking an unaware picture of you. And when I get to read you on the streets of social media, you share your experiences a lot about body shaming. You know, body shaming is something many women experience, but few have the courage like you to talk about it quite openly. Tell us some of the most difficult moments you faced, and how did they affect your self-confidence as a woman, first of all, and a model?
Okay. Growing up, people call me names because I'm too small.
Okay.
I'm petite. As of then, I never knew the word petite existed. So I
Okay.
felt like, oh, I'm not growing like my mates. And a lot of people call me names. I get people call me toothpick, spaghetti. I just get a lot of names from people. And my voice, they laugh at me, they call me cricket. It chilled my confidence. It made me reserved. It made me draw myself back. I was holding back myself because I didn't want people to come at me. I didn't want people to shame me. I didn't want people to have a thing to say. But then I realized that you don't even have to do anything for people to come at you.
Yeah.
What you have to do is to love yourself enough. When you have a lot of self-love, confidence, and awareness, there is nothing anybody is going to say or do to you that will get to you or hurt you.
Right.
So that when I got to a point of self-realization, I began to love myself. I began to have confidence in myself. I began to be aware of who I was. That way, I overcame every body shaming, everything everybody has said to me. I just got to find out that I am not perfect. I'm not working towards perfection. I am me, and I'll continue to be me. That
Right.
way, I was able to get over it.
Okay.
It's not as if I don't get body shamed now. I get it once in a while, but I've grown a thick skin to it.
Right.
I've seen it as a way of people appreciating me. Maybe they do not have the right words to use, so they just say whatever they want to say.
Right.
So I'm okay.
Okay.
That's how I just got over it and began to love myself and accept myself for who I am.
That is quite laudable. You know, there is a place for experience, and it is the fact that experience has a way of teaching you enough to inspire others if you come out of it. And tell us this afternoon, Miss Favor, was there really a defining moment when you decided that other people's opinions would no longer control how you saw yourself?
Yeah.
Okay? Tell us about
So
it.
when I just got to think about everything, I thought about people that love me, my family, my friends, people that just admire me randomly, people that just see good in me. I began to embrace and accept myself. I began to churn out negativity. I I began to accept myself. I began to sift away all the negative words from whoever was talking to me. So I don't care about what anybody says again. What I care is the good thing that people say about me. That's what matters, not what other people are saying. And what I say about myself and what I say about myself is what matters, not what any other person says. So I can say self confidence made me to look away from every other thing that people do to me.
Interesting this afternoon, and there is one thing I am taking off from there, and it is the fact that it is about what you think about yourself at the end of the day. Nothing else matters. Tell us, Miss Favor, again. You see, many people see success but not the struggles behind it. Tell us what personal hardships tested you the most? And what lessons did these experiences teach you?
Okay. So the personal hardship that tested me is having to go to the hospital, being sick all the time. It really gave me setback from my modeling career because one minute I'm fine, the next minute I'm not. But somehow I scaled through and I'm who I am today. Aside not letting them be who they want to be, making them feel less of themselves, making us feel like, oh, we don't matter, our voice don't matter, we have to be seen and not heard. I made myself to be seen and heard because I wanted to make a difference. I want to be that woman that is not just existing, but a woman that will live and live. So that is how I was able to help myself out of struggles and challenges. There are places I've gone to, and then people will just come and say, oh, what are you doing here? Why are you here? What are you doing? Why are you here? What brought you here? You're too small to be here. You don't belong here. Women don't stay here, but I have never let any of those get to me. Everything I have done for myself, I do it not because I'm a woman. I do it not because I'm a woman. I do it not because
All right, if you can hear me, Miss Favor, we're looking forward to still continue the conversation with you. And I would like to know, as a model in an industry that is quite filled up with expectations about your body image, you have mentioned about your in and out trips to the hospital. How did you actually learn to embrace your uniqueness instead of comparing yourself to other women out there who actually fit societal standards of beauty? And that was Miss Favor right there from Kogi State. And Miss Favor is just that woman that actually knows what she wants out of life. Someone who consistently looks ahead towards achieving everything. I came across Miss Favor once upon a time when there was some sort of uproar about, the next generation girls, especially in the northern part of Nigeria, early marriage and how they have been able to cope. And she had one or two experiences to share. She has been very vocal about all her experiences concerning body shaming. And trust me, she does not even say it enough when she points out the very hurtful names that has been called to her, right even on her Facebook page when you go through it most of the time. But she has been able to come out of all of this. She has been able to scale through, and she is one woman that serves as a motivation and inspiration to a lot of young girls out there. She has been able to share a lot of knowledge, share a lot of motivation, following all of her experiences and how she has been able to handle it. Now, Favor has been able to battle a kidney failure. She went right into it and came out. Even if she's still trying to get herself together, she is still one woman who kept on showing up every single day despite the health conditions she had to deal with. Now, that notwithstanding, it is still a process, but still, the ability to show up in the face of such an issue is such a huge, motivation that every woman should buy. And you see, for every single time she has been told hurtful words about the way she looks, she's very graceful with her responses, and she derives strength in her unique appearance. As we come to the end of this very powerful conversation today, we are reminded that empowerment is not just a destination, it is a journey. It is the daily decision to rise, even when life makes you want to hide. It is the courage to show up as your true self in a world that sometimes rewards conformity over authenticity. Today we have heard a story of continuous success. We have heard a story of resilience. We've heard of a woman who has refused to let criticism define her, a woman who turned pain into purpose, and who chose growth over giving up. Her journey teaches us that body shaming does not define beauty, struggles do not define failure, and setbacks do not determine destiny. What really defines us at the end of the day is how we rise after falling, how we speak after being silenced, and how we love ourselves even after being told we are not enough. To every woman who has listened in today, your story matters. Your voice is important. Your existence is not meant to fit into a box created by others. You were created to take up space, to dream without apology, and to work confidently in your own purpose. Let today go on ahead and be a reminder that confidence is not about having flaws. It is about embracing every part of your journey. Let it be a reminder that your struggles are not signs of weakness, but a proof of your own strength. As you leave the session today, may you walk a little taller, may you speak a little bolder, and may you believe a little deeper in your own power. May you stop waiting for permission to be extraordinary and start owning the beauty of who you already are as a woman. Because the most powerful version of a woman is not the one who pleases the world, but the one who knows her worth, claims her voice, and lives unapologetically. This is the spirit of the program Empower Her, and this is the power of owning your story like Miss Favor. And this is the beginning of many more women rising together for greatness. And I just want to say thank you so much for being a part of the program. Do well to keep a date with me next week Friday at 3 p.m. Empower Her will come your way yet again. Remember, March is the month where women are internationally recognized and appreciated. And in your corner, for every woman you look up to, this is the month to continuously celebrate them, make them